What's up, Jet fans? And oh my god. Yes, I just watched the Monday Night Football game last night, and before I even get into the game, after all the hype, the whole offseason drama, hard knocks, everything, our franchise quarterback, our savior, got injured in 4 snaps. When it happened, I was like actually sick. It like after it happened, I was like, oh, of course it's happening because it's the New York Jets. Um, but it was sickening. Aaron Rodgers knew it, and it was like the whole every like all the hype, all the excitement came crashing down. Aaron Rodgers, you could see it in his face. He didn't like scream or anything. He stood up after it happened, shook his head no, and sat back down, and he knew exactly what was wrong with him. Um, Before that, MetLife was crazy. The entire field was crazy. I've never seen like a non-playoff game NFL team this excited. And then after it happened, the announcers were saying it. You could just feel the entire stadium zap out of existence. Um, like when Brees Hall had the 28-yard run, like the first play for the Jets, like a 28-yard run, that's great, but and I'd not I Brees Hall did amazing, but a 28-yard run is like. But the fans were acting like, oh my god, we just won the Super Bowl, and it's just because Aaron Rodgers handed the ball off, and so all that excitement, all that hype, all the hard knocks, all the Jet fans watching Pat McAfee show religiously, and it's 4 plays, 4 plays. It makes me actually sick. I mean, so the news came out this morning. He's done for the season. Um, and so in my head I'm thinking to myself, is he gonna retire like after this season and just be done, or what? I think he's gonna try his best and see what he can do. And he's gonna be like 40 years old, so he is old. No one has ever come back from an injury like this at that age. Then again, not many people have been playing at his age, but still. And so I think he's gonna try, but it's just gonna come down to how much his body can take, and really no one knows that. I know Aaron Rodgers thinks he's going to try, but he can't control everything, unfortunately. Like he couldn't control this. Um so anyways, I don't mean to be a downer, so I'm going to calm down, right? The Jets won game 1 22-16 in a pretty exciting overtime win on 9/11. So all the fanfare, Monday Night Football, prime time, and the Jets came in and beat one of the best teams in the NFL. Okay, so us Jet fans, we need to calm down. We just beat the division favorites, right? In a very hyped up game. We came in there with all the hype, and the worst thing possible could have happened, and we still won the game. So I just want to let that simmer as well. And what I normally do, break down the offense and defense if you're new. So going into the offense, oh my gosh, Brees Hall is a beast. After his injury last year, people were saying, oh, is he going to be able to come back and play the way he did at the beginning of the season? And the answer, I think, for this game anyways, was yes. He did an amazing job. Um, and then Garrett Wilson also had an amazing touchdown catch to tie the game. That was he's everything is advertised. He had a slow start, to be fair. Some of the blame can be put on Zach Wilson, but Garrett Wilson did have a slow start. But that game, it kind of resolved everything. All him not showing up in this game until the end, and then of course, well before I get to Xavier Gibson, the O line, and we can blame the O line on the Rodgers injury. We can blame the turf on the injury. I know David Bakhtiari was talking about that, but the Jets O line, when they're running, it's good, but when they're passing, it is really bad. And the announcers were even giving the O line excuses like, "Oh, well, it's hard for them because Zach Wilson is now counting differently, right?" And they're saying that's for the center. This center's played with Zach Wilson all last year, or when Zach Wilson was playing last year. So that's completely made up. This center knows Zach Wilson. The center knows how he counts. Um, Most of the people on this O line are returning from last year, and it's still terrible. So, and some of the blame for Aaron Rodgers' injury has to be put on that O line. Um, Robert Saleh said it in Hard Knocks and he yelled at the O-line. We kind of caught glimpses of that, but I'm sure there's more behind the scenes stuff with that. So the Jets won, but their O-line is terrible. They have great talent at wide receiver, at running back. They had great talent at quarterback, but their O-line is what's failing them. And with Zach Wilson, he needs a good O-line to be good, and they are just not good. Anyways, Xavier Gipson as well. A crazy punt return for a touchdown to end the game, a walk-off touchdown. He was featured on Hard Knocks a lot, so I'm glad to see him get an amazing moment like that. Next for defense, the defense looks great. Full stop, period, whatever you want to say. The defense looks great. It's everything is advertised. Um, Josh Allen is supposedly one of the top QBs in the NFL. I think a lot of that discourse is going to change after last night, but still. And he had his worst game since his pretty bad rookie season this game. So the Jets defense, in my opinion, the Jets defense did an amazing job. Obviously, game MVP is Jordan Whitehead. He got 3 interceptions, and then him plus DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. That's a those are some dirty defensive backs. Like that's crazy. The defensive line I think looked really good. Quinnen Williams, he got paid and he's still showing up, so that's always a fear. I don't think like Quinnen Williams never seemed like the guy who would give up on the team after he got his money, but this game just proves it. And then I also want to talk about Quincy Williams because, oh my gosh, is he getting more and more respect. He's such a hard player. He's such a hard hitter, and he was everywhere this game. So I think I'd say the one weakness of the Jets is the linebackers, and Quincy Williams is trying to step up and help that out. So once again, there was so much more to talk about the offense and Aaron Rodgers and stuff, but this defense won them the game. It neutralized a pretty good offense for the second half until the very end. And then it came out in overtime and it stopped them in overtime. So they made big plays when they needed to. They got so many turnovers. And so yeah, the defense looks great, and I think it's going to be one of the top defenses in the league, if not the top defense. So, in conclusion, some mixed emotions with this game, right? The Jets won, but obviously lose Aaron Rodgers. But forget that. He's out for the rest of the season. Now I'm talking about this season. We kind of just need to forget that, I think, for now. We can plan for the future. Obviously, the general managers should plan for our future with Aaron Rodgers. But for right now, this season, this is still, I think, they went from, with Aaron Rodgers, a Super Bowl favorite, to now, I think they can still make the playoffs, especially after this game. They just beat the Bills, which were also Super Bowl favorite. They beat them without Aaron Rodgers, and not just without Aaron Rodgers, but with losing Aaron Rodgers, which I think there's a big difference, right? Because you expect Aaron Rodgers to play, your offense is preparing for Aaron Rodgers, and then the mentality. Could you imagine being on that field as a New York Jet and see Aaron Rodgers go down? Like your mentality must be dead. But they still won. They rallied back and they won. So you can't they didn't disappoint for this game. So lots of mixed bags, but they just beat one of the best offensives without Aaron Rodgers, or one of the best teams rather, without Aaron Rodgers. And so I don't know. All my predictions, throw them out the window, but they won the game, and wins and losses is really the only thing that matters at the end of the day. So I want all Jet fans to breathe. We beat this game, and we go on to next week. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to hear my opinions about each game they play. Bye.